The morning commute. Just you, a cup of coffee, and the radio. And if you have to drive in this 5 days a week, then you know it can drain your tank and your wallet pretty quick. But what if it didn't have to be that way?
Smooth, it's quiet, it's got tons of punch. I mean, I'm going to get caught for speeding because I'm going from 0 to 60 in nanoseconds without even knowing it.
And the beauty is you don't have to play the gas war game because you're plugged into a whole new market. By 2030, it's estimated there will be 1 million electric vehicles in BC, and on the South Island, they're starting to create some buzz.
I must admit, I'm becoming a convert. I got to drive this yesterday, and I have to say, it's a lot of fun.
Picture this, charging at night.
And drivers excited about the new technology are starting to make the switch to zero-emission vehicles. The Nissan Leaf, Chevy Volt, and Mitsubishi i-MiEV are all on the market. Dave Eagles bought his Leaf in early December and powers up his car with solar panels on the roof of his house.
With a solar system on the roof, we're driving this thing for free for the next 25 years.
Eagles says an overnight charge at home will get the Leaf about 160 kilometers, and he says that's plenty for most South Island drivers. Meanwhile, Colwood councillor Judith Cullington is also cranked about electric vehicles. She's been trying out the Mercedes Smart for Two.
A car like this, or like the Leaf, or any of the others, is perfect for somebody who does a kind of a commute on a daily basis, because the range is sort of 140, 160 kilometres, which is plenty to kind of get in your car, drive to downtown Victoria, say.
Electric vehicle companies and owners say the majority of charging will be done at home, but there will be a growing need for infrastructure around the CRD. Just take a look at these cords running through the windows at Colwood City Hall.
As a city, we know about, where would you put traffic lights, where would you put a gas station, but the kind of questions that you ask for EV charging are a little different.
It's a discussion now underway between BC Hydro and Colwood as the city looks to lead the way both on the South Island and in the province. What are the best locations for these charging stations? City Hall, recreation facilities and universities are all on the table.
As part of our broader BC government and BC Hydro project, we're planning to install about 1,000 charge points with some government funding involved. And 30 of those charge points will be these fast gas station type chargers.
Jung says initially the majority of those stations will be on the South Island and the Lower Mainland. And while Colwood is leading the charge, BC Hydro says municipalities won't have to go at it alone.
Funding will come from the province. The utility, BC Hydro, has a lot of the know-how and the expertise, so we'll be leading it in terms of deployment. But we certainly will put a lot of the actual deployment in the hands of the municipalities as well.
And it seems municipalities in the CRD are embracing the new technology. A region-wide electric vehicle strategy, including infrastructure, education and bylaws, will get underway in January. In Colwood, I'm Nikki Ewanyshyn for The Daily.